guys, and welcome back to Geordie and Sam, and today it is round 2 footy tips. So without any further ado, let's get started.
Hi, I'm Sam, and this is my footy tips for round 2 of the AFL season. So without any further ado, let's get started.
The first game of the round is the Western Bulldogs versus Carlton, and I'm going to tip the Western Bulldogs.
For the first game of the round, we have on Thursday night, we have Western Bulldogs versus Carlton. I'm going to tip the Western Bulldogs win this one. I think Carlton won last week, but I think Western Bulldogs are still slightly better.
The game of the round is Sydney versus Geelong, and I think I'm going to tip Geelong.
For the second game, we have Sydney versus Geelong at the SCG. I think it's going to be a close one. I'm just going to pick Sydney because it's in Sydney, and I think that will give them a bit.
The next game of the round is Collingwood versus Adelaide Crows. I think I'm going to tip Adelaide on this one.
Next game is Collingwood versus the Crows. Collingwood won against St Kilda. The Crows just lost to Fremantle. I'm going to tip Collingwood because it's in Melbourne and because Collingwood won last week.
Game of the round is Essendon versus Brisbane. I'm going to tip Brisbane because Brisbane seems to be in really good form at the moment.
The next one I feel is kind of easy with Essendon versus Brisbane. It's in Marvel, but I don't see Essendon beating Brisbane, so we're going to go Brisbane.
The game is Port Adelaide versus Hawthorn, and I'm only going to tip Port Adelaide because it's at home, and Port Adelaide really needs to win after last week.
Next game we have Port versus Hawthorn at Adelaide Oval. Hawthorn beat North Melbourne, but it's only North Melbourne. Port Adelaide just lost to Brisbane at the Gabba, so I'm going to tip Port Adelaide to win. I think Port Adelaide should win it comfortably, but
it's Gold Coast versus Melbourne. Now, Melbourne played a very, very good game, and so did Gold Coast, but I still think that Melbourne's going to win that game.
The next game is, again, a fairly obvious one with Gold Coast taking on Melbourne. Gold Coast played well this year, or so far, but again, Melbourne reigning premiers. I don't think it matters as a metric on. I think Melbourne win that one comfortably.
The next game of the round is North Melbourne versus West Coast. I'm not really sure how to tip here, but I think I'll just tip West Coast because, North Melbourne is not having the world's greatest season.
Next game is a tough one to pick, I think. North Melbourne versus West Coast. Both teams lost. North Melbourne played all right. West Coast lost to Gold Coast. It's at Marvel. I'm not going to tip North Melbourne to win this one.
The next game of the round is Richmond versus GWS. And Richmond and GWS both lost last week, but I think I'm going to tip GWS.
Next game we have Richmond versus GWS. This one, fairly tough, I'd say. Richmond and GWS both coming off losses, but to the MCG, I'm going to tip Richmond to win, but I think it will be within 10 points.
And the last game of the round is Fremantle versus St Kilda. Now, Fremantle won by a point against Adelaide and St Kilda lost, so I'm going to tip Fremantle.
Last game of the round, we have Fremantle versus St Kilda. St Kilda lose to Collingwood. Freo win to the Crows just. It's in Perth. I'm going to tip Fremantle to win this one, and I'm going to say it's probably between 30 points. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And I'm looking forward to see who you think will win this week's rounds of footy tips. So, see ya in the next video.
Thank you guys
Bye.
so much. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!